Have you ever felt disconnected from your witchcraft or practice? I have. Let's talk about it. As some of you may know, I'm currently trying to move from this flat to a house, and I'm very excited, but the whole moving process is one of the most stressful events that a person can go through at any given time. I've had to pack away a good deal of the things that I use regularly within my witchcraft, and it's been kind of hard for me. I know I'm in a super privileged position to be moving home at all, completely understand that, but the disconnection from my craft has left me feeling a little low. And so I sat down with myself and I kind of assessed things that I think have been beneficial in reconnecting me, because I am getting there. So I thought I might just lay some of those out and see if they help other people as well. They may even prompt you to find your own ways of reconnecting with your craft. Because on occasion, any one of us can start to feel disconnected from our craft. There can be a number of life events that can draw you away out of necessity, or you could just be going through something and you just don't have the energy or the inspiration perhaps that you might used to have had. There could be health reasons, and sometimes we just get stuck in a rut, and that's okay. So if you have ever felt disconnected from your craft, here's the first thing you can do. Forgive yourself. Be kind to yourself. The world is on fire. It is a garbage fire out there right now. It's on fire. And there are so many things in life that are going to draw our attention in any which way. I know I felt disconnected because I went from doing essentially a very sort of daily kind of upkeep and practice to having none for weeks, and that's really jarring. But there were big life things happening for me, and they required my attention in that way, and I beat myself up for that. And that's so silly. That's so silly. So be kind to yourself. Forgive yourself. It's okay to not be neck deep in your practice every single day. It's okay to take time away from that for other things, for life things. It's okay to put other things first. You could even take it as a little sign to maybe take a little break. Sometimes that's not the worst thing in the world. A break from something every now and then is healthy and honestly grounding. I think it gives you distance and perspective, and it allows new ideas to come through and new creativity and inspiration to come through. So occasionally, take a little break. Don't beat yourself up. Be kind to yourself. Forgive yourself. It's okay not to do everything all the time. Now, the next thing you're wanting to do maybe is reconnect with your craft. Completely get that. That's how I have been up until very recently. So what you can do there, I think the best thing you can do, it's such a nice little slide into everything else, is find magic in the mundane again. Baby step your way back into your regular practice if that's what you're wanting to do. I know it's said all the time and you're probably sick of hearing it, but really, brewing a tea brewing a nice herbal tea, if you're able to use some of the components yourself and make that up in a little tea cage, or get a fancy intentionally made magical tea, or just have a regular cup of tea and stir your intentions into it. Take that everyday thing and just add a splash of magic into it. Add a splash of your practice into it, because it's not only baby stepping you back in and giving you that feeling of that everyday connection and making you fall in love with the real kind of simplest little pieces of magic that you can do, but it's also self-care, and it kind of reaffirms those good feelings with your craft. Try and find a tea or a coffee. Try and find a drink that holds components that align with what you're wanting to bring back to yourself. Add some honey to sweeten the experience for yourself. Get something that's going to help cleanse or give you energy or really boost what you're wanting to get back to. The next one could be more or less fun depending on your personality, I guess, but cleansing. If you don't enjoy cleaning, then maybe this one isn't the best one for you, but I still think it's a good all-rounder if you enjoy it or not. But physically cleaning your space, cleansing your space, cleaning and cleansing yourself. And I mean that in the most mundane way first. like physically clean your space. Clear everything out, because I get stuck in a rut personally when things are out of place, when things feel uncoordinated, when I know that I've got too clean, and that kind of rut bleeds out into all aspects of my life. So I know when I feel that way, having a really good clean is so helpful to me. And you can make that very regular, mundane kind of work extra. You can add that little splash of witchcraft into it, of magic into it. And you should get rid of those stuck in a rut feelings. Tell them to shoo. Open a window, shoo them out. And then fill that space and fill yourself with the energy and the vibes that you want to bring back. Another one that I think is really good and simple and good for people who are spiritual or witchy or whatever, but it's mirror affirmations. And listen, they're so good in general because we live in a world that is constantly trying to tell you that you need this to improve, this would be so much better if you did this, or you don't look right, or you're not doing things right, and everything would be better if you just bought this product or got this thing, and screw that, you know? So witchy or not, say some affirmations to yourself in the mirror in the mornings. But if you are looking to reconnect with your craft, there are some great examples, and I know I yap about this book all the time, and I will till the day that I perish, but there are some fabulous witchy affirmations in Matt Oren's Psychic Witch, which will really help boost your abilities and boost your connection to those things and give you confidence and bring you back into your craft and what you want to do. They're fabulous. I have a page in my grimoire that is just based off of like all of those affirmations. I've added some of them in, I've made some of my own, and it's this big page and it holds up its own space, and I love that. So mirror affirmations, like they don't have to be about your practice, but they could be. Look at yourself in the mirror, at who you are, who you know you can be, and affirm that strength, affirm that connection and that truth, and bring it back to yourself. Let that uplift you. And I would say trying it like every morning or every evening is the most helpful, I think, personally. Maybe redabbling in some divinatory practices would be very, very helpful. I like to just pull a little card for myself in the mornings, just to not only kind of keep up with the practice of tarot, because my memory sucks and keeping on top of that is very helpful for me, but also to ask myself these questions, to reflect on my life, to try and connect with the information that I'm receiving, that the card is telling me, that I'm feeling in my gut instincts, you know? That's to say it doesn't have to be tarot. You could get a pendulum out, you could do some scrying in some water, you could, you know, whilst you're having the shower, try and look through the steam as it's swirling. You know, if you're a shiny rock person, grab a crystal without looking at it, like completely blind. Feel the energy that you need to feel, and then look at it and see what that brings up for you. What does that mean? I really like doing that. I think that's a fabulous way to reconnect with your craft, personally. And speaking of working with energies and feeling energies, work with the elements. Come back to the elements, babes. Light a candle and feel that energy. You can even, you know, go back to the scry with a flame. You can light a candle for yourself, for your ancestors, for any deities you may work with, for nature, for anything. Honestly, just light a candle for yourself. Because sometimes we need to just put that energy back into ourselves. So light a candle for yourself. Have a self-care day. Light a candle for yourself. Draw a couple tarot cards, or work with a pendulum, or, you know, cast some bones, maybe. Whatever it is that you will like to practice within your realm of your craft. Say those affirmations in the mirror. I think self-empowerment here and working with that is like a surefire way back into like reigniting it for you. Take some time to meditate. Obviously, I know meditation is hard for a lot of people, and so it may not apply to every person, because depending on neurodivergence, for example, it doesn't work the same way for a lot of people. But if you can, maybe meditate, or if you can, just sit with yourself, put on some intentionally chosen music, or find a creator. It doesn't have to be me, but it could be. Find a creator that that you really align with and sit with some of their videos or content and just absorb. I think it's a really good time to absorb, honestly. Maybe catch up on some of the books that you have been meaning to read. I recently finished Condensed Chaos. It took me ages to get through that book, oh my god. Recently finished Condensed Chaos. I'm now on to this bad boy, The Psychic Art of Tarot, which I'm loving so far. But yeah, work on meditation or just sitting with yourself or brainwave states. The last one is something I find difficult because the situation I'm in. Not forever though, we're moving soon, woo! But connecting with nature, I think, is probably going to be the easiest, the fastest. Go and put your bare feet on the grass if you're able. Put your fingers in the earth. The best I can do is I have some houseplants, so I can sit and connect with them. I can sit and connect with my guinea pigs and connect with nature and its flora and fauna in that way. But I think connecting with nature is probably the most surefire way to do it. Or, as I said, do nothing. Let time pass. Take it as the break that life is giving you. Take some time for yourself. Focus on other things. We sometimes just need to take the breaks that are given to us. And then we can come back when we're ready, and if we're ready. Because the most beautiful thing I think about witchcraft is that it is your practice. There are so many things you can learn, and there are so many ways of doing things. And although there are some widely accepted ways to do certain things, a lot of it is going to be so personal to you and what you connect with. And so you taking a break and you coming back when you're ready, that's gonna be what works for you, and that's okay. So forgive yourself, be kind to yourself, reconnect if and when you can, and know that it's gonna be okay. I would love to know if there are any ways that you like to reconnect with your craft that I maybe haven't mentioned here today. I would absolutely love to hear, so please let me know down in the little comments if you feel like it. But thank you so much for watching. Stay fed, stay watered, stay rested, know that you're loved, because I love you, and I will see you in the next one. Goodbye.